When I was young, I visited a mall once, and it had a machine there where you can just slam a hammer down, and it would show your power that you have. And this picture is something like that. Vidit has this hammer in his hand. I think he looks like Thor, if I'm not mistaken. You know, my editor Abhyudaya seems to be like a big fan of these superhero movies. So the idea is that he's slamming towards the 2750 mark now, and it seems like Vidit is sort of rejuvenated after the recent performances, which actually made him drop down to India number 5. He's now back up there to India number 4. If you look at world number 28, Vidit has moved 6 places up. He is now 2719. He's won 4 out of 4 at the European Club Cup. And if he manages to keep this going, maybe he moves up the ladder and towards his aim of reaching 2750. Let's see how that goes. But for now, let's have a look at his game, which proved to be a very crucial one for his team, Novy Bor, to beat Offerspill. This is how the matchup was. Magnus Carlsen did beat Hari Krishna. Aryan Tari lost to Vidit, and there was one more victory where Marcus Rager on the last board beat Johannes Hogg. And with this, Novy Bor actually clinched a very important win, and their team is now leading the event with a 100% score. It's the only team on 4 out of 4 victories, match victories. And Vidit played an important role. So let's have a look at Vidit versus Aryan Tari. Aryan has been the number 2 player of Norway for quite some time now. Very, very good theoretically. He's very good theoretical player. Also a very strong one. Knows Vidit very well. They both are good friends. So it was interesting to see what opening Vidit chooses. And the opening that was played was the Scotch. Takes, knight f6, the main line. With it took, pawn takes, and now the main line here is e5 by far. There's also bishop d3, you can go knight c3, even queen e2. But the move that Vidit chose, knight d2, is perhaps the 5th or the 6th most popular move in this position. It's not very ambitious, but Vidit had a plan. After d5, he took, pawn takes, and now he checked here. Black has to block, takes, queen takes, castles. So here what white is contending in this position is that I have 2 islands, one here and the second pawn island, while black on the other hand has 3 pawn islands. This is one on a7, c7, d5, and the third. So Vidit wants to sort of play positionally on these maybe potential weaknesses, but at the same time he lacks space in the position. He doesn't have that sort of freedom there. It's an interesting opening choice and something where he can play for a win. Now one of the big ideas here is to give a check, so Aryan blocks it, and now an interesting move b3 to develop the bishop from b2. Black castles, bishop b2, and a very nice move a5. Because you have these extra pawn island, you want to play a4 and get rid of it. Vidit says, I'm not getting rid of it, I'm playing a4. Now this is a very important moment in the game, because what Vidit has done is that he's fixed this pawn forever. Now it's a weak pawn, it's on a dark square. The bishop can anytime pop up and attack this. In return, black must take care now. He shouldn't play passively, because otherwise he will be in long-term danger. Queen f5, good move, active move. Rook e1, with it attacks the rook, bishop here. And by the way, this game has been played, this position until now has been played between Surya Ganguly and Maxim Matlakov. So maybe with it, following Ganguly's footsteps there. Rook f e8 was played in that Matlakov Surya game, but here rook e5 is a strong improvement Surya Matlakov game, which Vidit would have been prepared for. Instead, a very good move by Aryan, looking at the soft spot on f2. Vidit puts his knight on f3, blocking it. Now the knight comes in again, pressurizing the f2 point. Rook e2 was played, defending it. And now here, I think Aryan had to be a little bit more careful, because you see, if you are not going to play actively, as we mentioned, you're going to get down into some trouble. So here's a very cool move. I would like you to think about it. See, if you're playing a bullet game or a blitz game, the first move that strikes your mind is rook e8. And this is what Aryan played. But look at this idea. Rook a6. And what's the plan? The plan is to swing the rook over and look at the sort of king side with already queen being there, knight and the bishop. Very nice idea. Let's say queen d3, rook g6. Already white has to be careful. So rook f e8 wasn't particularly the best, but okay, it's a fine move. Queen d3. And now c6. So again, a little move which is sort of not the most accurate. It looks good. It looks very solid. But as we know, Vidit has the long-term edge. Now, rook e1, very well played this move. The main point is that if you go bishop b4 now, Vidit can meet it in two ways. He can go c3, bishop goes back, and c4, giving white a very good position. Or you can play bishop c3 even, because takes, you can take with the queen. And that's how these little points matter. And perhaps there you start to think that maybe instead of playing c6, if he played h6 here, and then rook a1, bishop b4, now bishop c3 would not make so much sense, because after take, queen takes, you have lost the queen. There's no back rank mate. So again, a very small little thing here. c6 was played, rook a1, h6. Now back rank is sort of taken care of, but knight d4, good timing. Queen is attacked, queen went back, push the knight away. Knight has to go back and now takes. And now comes an important question for you. Would you take with the knight or would you take with the rook? This was a very important moment, and here Aryan Tari should have taken with the knight, which would mean that he's still slightly worse, but he has more pieces on the board. We've discussed that more pieces get traded, the bigger the weakness on a5 will become. He took with the rook, which was a mistake. Takes, queen takes, and now white to play. What would you do here? What did Vidit play? Fantastic move by Vidit. King f1, just bringing his king into the game, also removing the king from this diagonal. Queen c8, and now again a nice move found by Vidit. White to play. What did you do? What did he do? It's a triple attack, I would say, with queen c3, because he's looking at the bishop, the pawn, and also the pawn on g7 with the support of the bishop. Black had to take, because if you play knight b7, there is knight c6. So he took, queen takes, threatening mate on g7, knight f5, queen came back, c5, and there you see. Now, this is weak, this is weak, too many problems. Of course, you must remember that you can't take this pawn because of a fork, but bishop c3, very cool move. c4, takes, pawn takes, queen e4, good move. Queen d7, and now again I loved next move played by Vidit. It was so nice. He actually converted this game very well. The threat is to give a check. So what do you do here? Yes, be calm. Just get your king in, king e2. Knight d6, he checked, and the pawn falls. And black doesn't even get any counterplay for it. Check, he just gets the queen in. Now once again, a very good move by Vidit. You see c2 is under pressure. King d1. Knight c8 was played. And now the final move. Very cool move. Queen g3. The queens are getting traded. There's no way to avoid it, because otherwise there's a mate happening here. And so here Aryan Tari resigned, because in the end the a pawn is going to be a runner and Vidit will win the game. So a very nice, very smooth victory for Vidit against a really strong opponent who's rated 2656. And with this, Vidit is making steady strides towards once again reaching the top in the world of chess. We wish him good luck, and also to the Novy Bor team. For now, this is Sagar Shah signing off. Bye bye.